This is a good egg. Friendly, warm, approachable, helpful. And this is a rotten apple. I heard that. I'm shocked. You never hear anything anyone says, Maleficent. Oh, but I... That is a... Oh, and by the way, what? Flattery does not get you anywhere. Ooh, eggs. That wasn't flattery, but yes, eggs. What about eggs? I just love a frittata. You do? A frittata, by the way, is a fancy word for omelet. No, it's not. It's a frittata. It's an omelet. Frittata. Okay, it's a frittata. So I didn't know you were a big frittata fan. Oh, yes. I like to make mine with bat eggs. Wait a minute. What? Bats don't lay eggs. I just knew you would say that. That's because they don't make eggs. Yes, they do. No, they don't. Yes, they do. I mean, who are you going to believe? Her, storyteller, or me? I would never lie to you. Believe me. Okay, let's see what the good egg is all about. I am fascinated. This is a hit book from the same people who made The Bad Seed. So, you know, it's got to be good. And what's fascinating is that this book dares to ask the question, what if being too good goes wrong? But that's impossible. You can't be too good. Or can you? No, you can't. Well, maybe a little. You know what? Let's find out. Let's see what this book has to say about the situation. All right. First of all, we have eggs. We have bacon. We have cupcakes. We have strawberries. We have a piece of bread. We have a waffle. We have those things. I'm already hungry for breakfast.
Oh, hello. I was just rescuing this cat. Know why? Because I'm a good egg. A very good egg.
I like this guy already.
It's true. I do all kinds of good things, like I'll carry your groceries.
What a gentle egg.
I'll water your plants.
Thoughtful, eco egg.
I'll change your tires.
Hero egg.
I'll paint your house.
Creative egg.
If you need any help whatsoever, I'm your egg.
Oh my goodness, look at that. A good egg will paint more than your house. It'll paint your tree and your random piece of bread walking by.
I've always been a good egg. It's been this way from the start, even in my earlier days.
Ooh, I feel a flashback coming on. Oh, did you notice this? E for egg, as in good egg.
Back at the store, there were a dozen of us living together under one recycled roof.
Fresh eggs.
There was Meg and Peg and Greg and Clegg and Shell and Shelly and Sheldon and Shelby and Egbert and Frank and other Frank.
Other Frank.
The other 11 eggs weren't on their best behavior. They weren't exactly good. They ignored their bedtime. Hey, pillow fight. We're up all night watching this thing. We're playing paddleboard on the top bunk bed. Ha ha ha, we're bad. They only ate sugary cereal. Whoa, I'm on a sugar high. Whoop.
They threw tantrums. Oh no, there's nothing worse than eggtrum.
They cried for no reason. Wah, wah. I have a cake and I'm still crying. Wah, wah.
Makes no sense, right?
They broke their stuff on purpose.
On purpose. Listen, Egbert and other Frank, if you break that monitor, you are not getting another one. Other Frank.
Meanwhile, I tried to take charge
because he's a good egg.
I tried to fix their bad behavior. I tried to keep the peace because I was a good egg.
Meanwhile, this one's hanging from a chandelier, and this one's painting on the walls, and this one's playing target practice inside, and these guys are like, ha, 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 ha. And poor good egg. Look at him. Look at him. He's trying to clean up their messes.
But he was a good egg. A very good egg.
Oh, sweetie, you are the best egg.
Nobody seemed to care, though.
Every night, I was exhausted.
My head felt scrambled. Woo woo! Head swinging from the toilet paper. Blah, 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 blah. I'm running around. Then, one fateful morning, I noticed some cracks in my shell. Oh no! Yikes! Oh no! They were everywhere. Who put the kick me sign? Who did this? Other Frank. My doctor said it was from all the pressure I was putting on myself, the pressure of making sure everybody was as good as me. I was cracking up. Literally, something had to change. I'd had enough. Oh, poor little guy. Look at that x-ray. He is cracking up. Literally. And he's on a yolk IV. Doctor's giving him some good advice. Poor thing. I told Meg and Peg and Greg and Clegg and Shell and Shelly and Sheldon and Shelby and Egbert and Frank and other Frank that I was leaving. I can't be the only good egg in a bad carton, I said. Blah, 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 they replied. I left that night. Good for you, good egg. Go find a better carton. They didn't appreciate you anyway. It's just wrong. I wandered from town to town. The hours became days. The days became weeks. I lost track of time. But he grew a spectacular beard. I was alone. Out there, on the road, under the stars. I really tried to focus on myself and what I needed. Good thinking, little guy. And he gave himself a beard cut, too. Guess he was tired of the grizzly look, but he wore it well. I took walks. I read books. Kid time, story times. I floated in the river. I wrote in my journal. I found simple moments to be quiet. I breathed in. I breathed out. I'm feeling more relaxed already. I even started painting. I love how the good egg is exploring his artistic side and getting in touch with nature and his inner chakras or whatever eggs have on the inside besides yolk. For once, I found time for me. And guess what? Little by little, the cracks in my shell started to heal. My head no longer felt scrambled. You're looking like a new egg already, little guy. I started to feel like myself again. And an impressive ability to yoga balance rocks on your head. Not only is he feeling more peaceful, I think the good egg is getting stronger. So I've made a big decision. I'm returning to my old carton and my friends. Besides, it's kind of lonely out here. This time, I know what I need to do. I'll try not to worry so much. I'll be good to my fellow eggs while also being good to myself. Let's see what's going on here, shall we? So he's not worrying so much, so they're acting up, and he's just like, okay, whatever. You're going to draw on me? Fine, I'm not going to sweat it. And look at that. He got them all to meditate with him and do the whole cucumber spot experience, which every egg loves. I know that. You know that too, right? But look at that. They're all enjoying it, and maybe this will kind of, calm them down a little bit. Here we go. Oh, everybody missed me, and I missed them too. Welcome home. Welcome home. Look at that. They did a pyramid and everything to welcome him, and everybody genuinely looks happy to see him. Hello, Meg. Howdy, Peg. Hey, Greg. Greetings, Clegg. What's up, Shell? Aloha, Shelly. Heyo, Sheldon. Hi, Shelby. G'day, Egbert. What's happening, Frank? Howdy do, other Frank. Even other Frank is seen to be on his good behavior here. Sure, every once in a while, somebody's still a little bit bad, but it's not like before. Here's what I realized. The other eggs aren't perfect, and I don't have to be either. I'm okay with that. Okay, so this is the big revelation that he's had. So he's learning to loosen up and have a little fun. The good egg deserves to have fun. That's true. Doesn't mean you're bad. He just, when he's relaxing and not worrying about everybody else, he can have a good time. This is a great lesson that the good egg has learned. Yep, the old carton is back together. We're a solid dozen again. It's good to be home. And home is where the mischief is. Oh man, I love this book so much. I learned a lot. I learned a lot. You can be, not that you can be too good of an egg, I don't think, right? But you saw what happened, right? He was trying to be so good. He was trying to be good for everybody else too, and that just doesn't work.
Why not?
Well, because as you can see, it becomes very stressful and you start to crack up.
I try to be bad for everybody, and guess what?
What?
It works. I feel fantastic.
Do you now, really? Because you seem like you're a very high stress type of person.
No, I don't even know why you would say that. I am a totally relaxed witch. I have a great time. I'm the evilest of all, and I feel just fine. And I'm gonna go have a frittata of bat eggs now. And don't tell me bat eggs aren't a thing.
But they're not a thing.
They are a thing.
Okay. They're definitely a thing.
You're not arguing with me?
No?
I'm not quite sure what to do with myself right now, so I think I'm gonna leave now. Okay, goodbye.
Okay, you've learned your lesson. It's important to be good, and you have to let everybody else, don't worry so much about them, because even a good egg deserves to have a good time. See you next time, kid, on Kid Time Story Time, where we love good eggs.
This is an ancient landscape. Actually, it's just a few weeks old. But some of the oldest land on Earth came from the same place this did. From volcanoes!
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill, volcanoes!
Science rules.
Volcanoes! Bill Nye the Science Guy is brought to you by the law offices of Magma, Lava, Tephra, and Pumice, making mountains out of vent holes for over 4 billion years.
Take a look at this. It's a mountain. Well, actually, it's a volcano. Volcanoes are formed when hot, molten rock from deep inside the Earth finds its way to the surface. Now, this isn't hot, molten rock. It's a mild acid. And to help it find its way to the surface, we'll add some sodium bicarbonate. This will be like hard rock above the molten rock from deep inside the Earth. See, the pressure builds up and it builds up. Then eventually a volcano will erupt. It'll blow its top. It'll explode.
When?
Anytime now. There it goes. You're saying, Bill, I've made volcanoes like that in my kitchen. Maybe better. I mean, that's it? That's it? I mean, what's the big deal? What's the big deal? Take a look. An entire forest in just a few seconds. They can reroute rivers and form new lakes, carve new valleys, transform entire landscapes in a matter of hours. And that's what happened around here when that mountain right there blew its top. It's Mount St. Helens, and it erupted in 1980. It's in the Pacific Northwest of North America. Now, there are different types of volcanoes. They don't always explode when they erupt. Some volcanoes ooze. Now, when I say ooze, I'm talking about hundreds of thousands of tons of rock. At well over 1,000 degrees Celsius. They come out of the earth and they cool off to make new land. Land that you and I live on. See, there are different types of volcanoes, but they all do the same thing. They all build up the Earth's surface.
Since the Earth was young, volcanoes have hurled fiery rock from the planet's interior to its surface.
Volcanoes usually occur where two tectonic plates run into each other. Like here's Mount St. Helens, where the Pacific plate is colliding with the North American plate. But the Hawaiian Islands are right here in the middle of the Pacific plate with no other plates around. And the Hawaiian Islands are made of volcanoes. So how did they get there? Take a look at this. It's our drifting plate magma plume simulator of science. This is the Pacific Ocean. This is the Pacific Ocean floor, the Pacific plate. And this is a boat. As near as we can tell, deep beneath the Pacific plate, there's a stream of extremely hot magma, what we call a magma. See, the magma in the plume doesn't flow continuously. Instead, it sputters like smoke from a chimney. And it's always in the same spot. So the pressure in the plume builds for it to punch through the Pacific plate.
Please.
Like this. And then the plate moves. The pressure builds, and the plume punches through again. The plate moves some more. And the plume punches through.
Volcanic rock and ash, accompanied by billowing clouds of steam, shoot into the air and build a new island.
So this is how the Hawaiian Islands were formed. We figured it out when we noticed that the rocks on the northern islands are older than the rocks on the southern islands. Because the Pacific plate is drifting this way. We can detect it. So, the pressure in the plume built up and boom, an island is formed. Pressure built up and boom, an island is formed. Or boom, an island is formed.
Volcanoes erupt because there are gases trapped in the magma deep inside the Earth.
Lava is in constant motion as expanding gas is released from within.
So when those gases get hot enough, they expand and explode. Expand and explode. See, a volcano is kind of like a bottle of soda. There's a lot of carbon dioxide in there. So if you put one bottle of soda on ice, and you put the other bottle under a heat source, which one do you think is going to fizz the most when we take off the cap? Look, I can't do everything for you.
Okay,
Ice and heat.
let's see.
Okay, I'll do it. Fine. Cold.
This is an active lava field. This is an active lava field. A field of lava. And it is hot. The lava is flowing under the surface, right along here. Hot, hot, hot. Once in a while, the surface collapses and we can see in. It's called a skylight. The lava here is really moving. That's the cinder cone of a volcano. Now, down in the crater is a lava vent. It's letting lava that's under pressure vent to the surface. It's filling up. It's brand new land. The lava flows downhill in channels. The edges of the channels cool into a hard crust. Sometimes they form a lava tube like this one. The volcano ends up with a whole underground subway system of lava, building up new land and flowing sometimes all the way to the sea. Here it is. The lava is flowing into the sea. See? It's turning the ocean into steam, and it's making brand new land. Talking about waterfront property.
The molten lava solidifies. New land is formed.
The wind carries seeds all over the volcanic landscape. If they happen to land in the right place, some of them start growing. Now, why do you think plants get started in these cracks? Well, that's where the water hangs out when it rains. See, getting started on these smooth surfaces would be hard. The water just runs away. These plants are growing in soil that's beneath a layer of ash. But in a few years, with a few more rains, the plants will be getting their nutrients from the ash itself. The volcanic landscape will turn lush. This is a brand new lake, so there are new plants growing here. That brings in all kinds of new animals. Around here, nature has a way of regenerating itself.
Lava Days at Magma Box with balloons for the kiddies and hot dogs.
Slowly it oozes dogs its destination.
Beefy boy burgers, flame broiled, hot.
Beautiful rivers of water.
And as always, balloons for the kiddies and hot dogs from Mom and
Incredible.
Sarah Brothers Mountain Chili. Nothing hotter on the
Yes, it's
balloons and hot dogs.
This is the cone of a volcano. Call it a cone because it's round and cone-shaped. When volcanoes stop erupting, a lot of times they form a little bowl in the middle. I say little. It's huge. It's 2 kilometers across. This is called a caldera. And under here is a chamber of magma. When the magma chamber fills up, the bottom of the caldera rises a little bit. When the magma chamber drains, the bottom goes down. Some volcanoes ooze. Other volcanoes explode. Please consider the following. Take a look at this. This is molten lead. It's liquid. It flows just like lava, just like magma. And no matter how long we let it sit there, it just sits there. It doesn't boil. It won't overheat and blow its top. But this is boiling water. It's only at 100 degrees Celsius. The lead's at 300 degrees Celsius. We let it sit there long enough, eventually the pressure will build up inside here. Watch. It blew up. That's because the water turns to steam, water vapor, a gas. It could expand. The lead's still just sitting there. Now, this is what happens in volcanoes. Some oozing volcanoes form when a hot pocket of magma, a magma plume, finds its way to the surface through some cracks in the plate. Other volcanoes happen when one of the Earth's plates slides underneath another plate. If it's under the ocean, the plate gets soaked with water. Then later, when the Earth's heat warms it up enough to form a volcano, it explodes! Kerblam! Volcanoes come in different shapes, depending on how they're formed. The shield volcano was formed by hot lava that flows down the sides quickly. The lava comes out hot and flows a long way before it hardens. That's why this volcano is sort of flat, like a shield. Next, it's your cinder cone volcano. It erupts explosively with cinder, ash. So it ends up tall and sort of flat on top. Now there's a third shape. It's like a combo of the other two. We call it strat. Sometimes it spews lava, and other times cinders and ash. Stratocone is tall, with a symmetrical cone shape. So there you have it. These are your three flavors of volcanoes. There's a shield,
Yum,
cinder cone,
yum, yum,
and stratocone.
yum, yum, yum. Could I have some, Bill? I mean, if there's any extra.
Vesuvius is a composite cone, or stratovolcano, built by many eruptions of ash, cinders, and lava. Vesuvius erupted violently in 1944. The whole world watched it.
Good morning, Cowboys. Welcome to the ranch. I'm Reagan.
And I'm Cameron. Today is Monday. It is day 1 on the special schedule. Happy birthday to Elijah, Austria, and Ryland, Charlotte.
This is our 31st week of school, and we have 11 weeks left in the school year. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all. And now for the Cowboy vow. I vow to be my best today in everything I do and say, by respecting myself and others too, being kind and responsible in all that I do, using self-control as the number one rule, we make good choices for me and my school. These Cowboy vows help me do what I can to achieve my goals to be all that I am. I know what I want for lunch today. Do you? Here's our choices: mini corn dogs, cheese pizza, potato wedges, and fruit.
The quote of the day is, happiness is the only thing that multiplies when you share it. Albert Schweitzer. Hey, want to hear something funny? What do you call a fake noodle?
What?
An impasta.
The weather today will be warm with a high of 69.
March is National Reading Month. We are finding fun ways to celebrate all month long. Do you want to be on the morning show? Go to Southwest Media Canvas page and download a video of yourself reading a book to possibly be featured on the show.
This week you can ask Mrs. Hondos for a sticky note to leave a fun note to the next reader in your library book.
Teachers, please don't forget to send your attendance in.
That's our show. It's time for you guys to hit the books.
The official Southwest time is 7:37 a.m.
Have an amazing Monday, Cowboys.